Good morning, everyone. Do you ever get tired of just endless, lava-filled hellscapes? Do you have trouble seeing the difference between basalt and nether fortresses? That probably means it's time to leave the nether. So let's do just that today. Now, I spent a lot of time in the nether, and it was getting a little dull, so I cut down on all of that, and thought I'd just give you guys the highlights of the rest of our nether adventure, and how we got this far, and so we can move on and do things that are more fun and more interesting than getting lost in a bleak hellscape. Not too great. So we've got all these guys that want to kill us now. What do we do about that? I think this is what we do about that. This is the more explosion spell that I was writing last time. Alright, each are being hit with little micro explosions that are launching them up in the air. The spell is being taxed to its limits, and I'm running out of mana. And, but basically, yeah. Every tick takes a random enemy nearby. Not levitate. And it sets an explosion. Nearby, of course, with 32 blocks, normal range on these sorts of things. And sets an explosion, sort of juggles them. Oh, I think that... Oh, I didn't realize one of those was near. That's a horrible sound. I'm kind of amused. Because it's only doing a little bit of damage with each one, and that's already flying. Is this one of those... Yes, it is one of those things. One of the, wraiths, however, I think Mechanism put in full armor. This is... And it's a sheep now. It's got sheep noise. If in doubt, don't eat those soul beads. It's bad. I learned that the hard way. There was lots of explosions, and not coming from me is a bit of a problem with our current setup. I don't know how I survived that, but I survived that. I'm not going to survive that for long. There we go. This is not good. It's not good at all. Why am I still on fire? Oh, it's probably that thing. Let's, you know what? I'm sure about this. Whew! As I mentioned, that levitate spell could potentially have some problems. Today, we discovered that levitate spell could potentially have some problems. I'm glad this island was here. But for whatever's giving me fire resistance... Oh, fire charm. That's what it was, and I think it's out now. Can I make it? This is probably a horrible idea. But what is... This is a horrible idea. Horrible idea. Horrible idea. Fire charm is amazing. So, I did not make that jump. I should not say anything like, what is life without risk, or anything like that. That's what caused me to eat soul beads and go for baths in lava, apparently. Whew. So it looks like Amontillado can work on these gas. I don't know if I just stuck it in the right point of the head, but it looks like I've got a pet ghast here now. Oh, nope. Not so friendly pet ghast. He couldn't shoot me from here, though. Interesting. There's an eye level thing going on. Alright, I've been hunting these wither skulls for a while now, and I've gotten one. And part of the big problem is that the wither skeletons don't seem to be spawning that much. So I'm going to do something really, really, really stupid. I'm going to eat a soul bead in another fortress. Hopefully this isn't going to be too bad. Alright. Let's see what, if anything, spawns. Moo. Getting a little chaotic. Yes, a little chaotic. This should help a little bit. It doesn't hurt. Well, these give slowness, don't they? So search around, trying to find more wither skulls, and I found the inventory crafting table upgrade and the saddle. I mean, the inventory thing is a little bit excessive, but we might as well eat it anyway. There we go, a little upgrade sound effect, and then I can get a crafting table if I press the C. Not as big of a deal, but still nice. Saddle is probably the big thing, and with that we can get Sir Hoofington the whatever we're going to call it next. So I was checking on some things, and there is a drop called Withered Ribs that withered skeletons occasionally drop, and occasionally can be found in dungeon chests. Withered Ribs can be used for a lot of reliquary items, but one of the big uses of Withered Ribs, at least for our purposes, is you can combine it with skeleton skulls, 3 Withered Ribs and 1 skull, to make a Wither Skull. We have 6 Withered Ribs now. We're leaving the Nether. Alright, we should have everything we need. Let's open it up and see where we end up. Probably, actually I can see, almost 4,000, almost 4 kilometers away. Let's see how far away we are when we travel into the normal realm. No idea where we're going to end up. I'm expecting either creeper or in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Okay. 33 kilometers away from the nature core we found before. That is something indeed. Alright, flashback done. Now everyone knows how we got to where we are today. And now we can get started in collecting skeleton heads, completely normal, mundane skeleton heads that hopefully have a higher drop rate. And, of course, trying out some stuff with the Lorax. There we are. There's our spruce. There's our not yet loaded spruce. There we go. Yes, these leaves right here is the deadly weapon we want to harvest. Occurs to me, what better way to get rid of all this netherrack than burning it? Now, this is our smelt repeatedly spell. It's a circle spell bullet. It costs 15 times the cost of the regular smelt spell, but it smelts up to 20 different blocks. Right now, we're just converting our netherrack to nether brick. Oop, I accidentally did that too much. If you do too much casting, it will take away from your health instead, and this can potentially kill you. So we're going to wait for it to regenerate this time. Now, this does take a little while, but we are basically smelting up almost 3 stacks of netherrack right now. It's a lot faster than most furnaces would be. And it's got a little nice pleasing animation of the little blocks hopping up in the air. I've mentioned before, unfortunately it doesn't work as well for when you have things that can be smelted and then smelted again, like in this pack, unfortunately, iron. It'll unfortunately end up as refined iron if I use this spell without being very careful. And I'm out of food, aren't I? Well, I can fix some of that. Of course, it works with food as well. So there we've got our cooked hell chicken. And we have everything cooked. Now, there's one thing that I wanted to do. I was talking about killing people with bricks being classier. So, is that the recipe? Yeah, that's the recipe. Let's make that. So we've got our nether brick. And then, because I don't want to click it repeatedly, let's just craft all our nether brick. There we go. And all the nether brick is crafted. And that was 40 nether brick total. That was less efficient than I hoped it would be. But we should be able to do something with that to kill people. But yeah, let me get my stuff out like I was planning originally. I'm going to want a few different spell bolts for what I have in mind. So to convert redstone to sawdust, you use not a spell at all. And where'd the sawdust go? Oh, there it is. Always losing things. And let's start with a normal spell bolt. I've got some in mind for number 2. Now, you might have noticed that I pasted things up in the last video, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that real quick. Alright, I've got a reduced version right here of the Lorax. As you see, it takes the caster, focused entity, so what we're looking at, entity position, and it tries to place a block, then overgrow twice. Now, important thing with Psi is the order of operations. I believe it goes left to right, top to bottom. So this happens first, then this, then this. Now let's save this on a spell bolt, and then load it up and see what we can do. Now we're going to need to have spruce trees be the next place over. It by default places the block to the right. Let's see if I can find a volunteer to test this out. There's some sheep or something down here. I'm sure they'd love to volunteer. Cows, excellent. So let us try killing this cow. Alright, it did not manage to overgrow that time. As is, pretty usual. Fertilizing or bone mealing trees doesn't always work. Before, I need a better CAD. I had it in another world set with, there we go. Multiple overgrowths doesn't get quite the low-lying trees that I was hoping for, but I'm starting to see a solution to our food problems. Let's, oh, it's running. Let's go for a more docile cow to start with. We can always just cast this again. There we are. And this seems to be getting quite a bit of leather. How much steak is this getting? Not a huge amount of steak. I wonder if we can get more steak by just slashing these guys. Nope. Okay. For a while it seemed that there was a boost to food drops if it was killed by a player. Okay, not yet. Let's try it again. There we are. This is the type of tree that can just murder monsters right out. Now it's getting night, and we might actually get some monsters to try this on. We're running a little low on saplings, so let me harvest a few more. And of course we could just harvest the trees we just planted. There we are. Plenty of new pieces of ammunition for our fight. So it's not bad as a tree farming option either. You just, kill monsters, kill cows, get wood, get saplings, and go from there. Now let's go back to Lorax and see what we can do. Spider might be rough. This obviously doesn't work on sand. Oh, yeah, no, it moved right through. Probably not working on single block height monsters, because they are not confined by the leaves. I don't think there's any trees that just get completely down to the ground. So there's still some problems there. And that's another spider, isn't it? See, all kinds of spiders. You know who this might work on, though? Or who this should work on? Picked a very grassy area for this. I think grass might get in the way. Oh, this is not... This is, I think, time to activate another... Yeah, this is definitely time to activate another plan. I'm not a big fan of these baby skeletons. I mean, they're nice and challenging, so I guess I'm a fan of them in that way, but they can be a little bit much to deal with sometimes, especially with how fast they move around. Alright, that gets the basic idea of the Lorax across, though. Let me try to activate it one last time. I wonder if this will... There we are. And there is a skeleton killed by the Lorax. Alright, come out into... Not that time. Oops, missed. Not yet. It does have some reliability issues. Now let's go back to Amontillado. Of course, Amontillado is going to need a solid block. A little dicey. Oh, we've got one of those again. Let's see. Let's get some range on everything. Oh, well, range... At least they're killing each other. Okay, I've got a bunch of things. I've got a few things to cook. Get some more food. Alright, now, with Amontillado, I believe the traditional is going to be bricks. Let's see if I can shift cast with this thing. Nope, missed. Might be nice to have a nearest enemy form of this. Because these are just... There we are. Oh, I think their head is slightly above, so they don't actually suffocate. This still works. Okay. Interesting. Well, we finally got a skeleton skull. So the Lorax, it works alright. It works better if we could get another overgrow in, but as it is, there's a few flaws here. It doesn't go off as often as I'd like. Well, it needs spruce to be in our inventory. It needs to activate on grass. It doesn't work on sand or anything like that. I guess dirt also works, but you can't really use it in the Nether, say. And I guess we could place blocks and then place another block, but that gets more complicated. I think what would work better is if we just change the very idea. And instead of focusing on overgrowing, on placing a spruce and overgrowing it, we have the spruce saplings there already, and then we overgrow them as the spell. Basically, I want to make a tree landmine that just sort of erupts under people's feet when they walk over it. So let's set that up. Change things up. Now, with it being a landmine, we can actually just go ahead and plant the spruce ahead of time, and hopefully it won't grow too fast. But it should be pretty good, especially in the Nether. We put dirt down and put... yeah, it shouldn't grow too fast in the Nether. Alright, so... Probably want nearest enemy, so... Misspell an enemy. Nearby enemies. Position... will focal point work? No. Alright, position... Entity position, focal points. Okay. So nearby enemies, radius, let's say 3. We'll have this only go off on things nearby. So nearby enemy, going to, I guess, nearest to point probably. And the target is going to be entity position right here. So nearest one to that, let us overgrow. Oh, I should get the entity position again. Then overgrow. Goes to point, and then the target is there. Alright, so we've got 100 potency. Is that just from overgrow? Yeah, it looks like we're still stuck with 100 each. How much was the other CAD? 320, 350. Overgrow is really expensive. Well, we can set up this way anyway. And we can also set multiple landmines up, basically around an area. And so when they go off, hopefully it will fertilize and grow trees up near the nearest enemy. But, let's say this is Lorax mine. Let me also export this for you guys. Alright, so if I remember correctly, mine spell bullet needs a single button. Then iron and sawdust. We got some sawdust from last time. Mine spell bullet. Alright, let's try and load it up. Helps to have the right spell. Okay, there we go. Lorax mine. Load it up. And let's gather up our spruce. Alright, we're actually a little bit low on spruce, but fortunately we planted some spruce last night through people. So let's get some saplings up and going. I do love the fast leaf decay. I was playing vanilla Minecraft again recently, and just having to wait for leaves was bad. Might go ahead and add that mod to vanilla, just so I don't have to wait anymore. Alright, so we got 13 so far. Let's put that over there. Well, I guess it doesn't actually matter where we put it because we're doing something a little bit fancier this time. So what we're going to want to do is basically set up a field of spruce saplings and then launch our mines at the field. Then when it wants to go over them, hopefully trees will blow up at them. But I haven't tested this yet, so we will see together. If it does work this way, we should be able to use it in the Nether. Just load up a Nether fortress with dirt and saplings, and just as monsters spawn, it just goes off on them, and they get suffocated by the trees. Alright. I guess we also have a few around on the ground. Okay, let's set up a killing field. So it looks like a good enough start. Alright, so let's see. How big of an area can we make? Now each mine is going to go off potentially on enemies within 3 blocks. So I think we just need to take this, and where is Lorax mine? Lorax mine right there. Put it in each of these center areas. Oh right, this throws like a grenade a little bit if I remember correctly, so our aiming might be a little bit off. But that's okay. We'll probably get some flowers growing too. Now I don't know why the gun complexity is so high for overgrow, but the mana isn't actually that high. Now these go off, I believe, when an entity moves over and then past them. That's why we wanted to do the nearest enemy bit. I guess we could have done nearest entity if I wanted to potentially kill cows and whatnot with this. But I figure this should be a pretty good field of flowery death by this point. Just soak it in various spells to go off, and it should have all the fertilizing going on. Now, it doesn't look like it takes our mana away. Ah, perfect. The sun going down right on time. So I think we just load all these up. I don't know what the practical limits are for mine spells. But, yeah, this looks like a pretty deadly area. Okay, so we've got a Lorax mine set up. Guess we might as well. I kind of want to keep killing people with just the regular thing. All right, well, I'll do Amontillado for now. Swap over my nether bricks, and we'll see what we can find. It does look kind of pretty. One thing that we haven't done, if you get a CAD colorizer, it'll change the color of these. My favorite of them is actually the full spectrum colorizer, which changes between all the different color options. But hopefully we'll make our little forest of dead things tonight. Just waiting for some monster to crawl over this field of death. So I hope it's a field of death. It might just sprout flowers, which, you know, isn't bad. Here, monster, here, monster, monster. Okay, I'm seeing some things on the map. It might be a lie. Okay, it's spider. Spider's not actually that good for us. Spider could just climb through. Let's see what's down here. Creeper. Creeper sounds perfect. Creeper and... oh, one of those things. Let me just smite this one. Okay. Not really a complete episode unless something's on fire, you know? Skeleton. I will accept a skeleton. Let's go back to Amontillado. Hey, skeleton. Come chase me. This way. This way. You should come through the trees. Alright, come on. Here, boy. You can do it. Of course, I just keep letting him shoot me. Alright, here he comes. Alright, oh, wow. I didn't even think about it. It would set off the large trees. That is a problem with setting up a mine like that. Still, I think he took some damage. He just wasn't pinned by the leaves, so we did our arrangement wrong. Okay, so we cannot have 2x2s, so let's break that up a little bit. Make sure we don't have that again. Well, this does make for lovely wood supply still. Okay, I think I killed all the gatherings of 2x2s, or yeah, 2x2. So let me clear some space and get us some ammunition back. I wonder about using this jungle tree. That might be fun. Because if it went off in the middle, so those are 3x3, I think, aren't they? Okay, let me see if I can lure this back in. It looks like it almost got it. Oh, I think I'm running out of spells, though. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's got basic ideas. Let me see if I can move over and reselect the Lorax mine. I don't know where that creeper is. That's a little terrifying. Okay. Okay, I think that fertilized the ground. I think that tree might be blocking the other trees. I just made this too densely packed. Alright, I'm going to switch things up a little bit. Alright, and swap this out. And see. Well, they can blow each other up. It's not quite as... oh, nope. Get it one of these days. A little bit more unwieldy, sadly. There we go. Oh, did we get 2 for 1? Nice. Okay, well, that's... solve some problems. Okay, it looks like one of them... It looks like the zombie got stuck. I guess the leaves count as a transparent block. That makes sense. Oh. Yeah, we really need the better CAD to get this set up properly. Unfortunately, we're going to have to get to the end for that. And I don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Alright, okay, here we go. Because it was going off a lot faster when I was testing it in another world with a 3 overgrowths is better than 2. I was hoping to fix that a little bit with the mine, and it might not be possible. Oh, I think I should be a little careful here, get to some cover. I might just need to blow up everything. Or you know what? Rise. Rise is always fun. And it works on little guys. Alright, let's just finish out the night with just launching monsters in the air. And we can try a different arrangement for the Lorax later. There's actually something else I want to try tonight. Or try in this video. There's a sample of things to come. An idea I have for how we could kill the Wither. Well, it ties into an idea, but I really wanted to start doing not just Psi, but Psi and other mods too, working together to do something even more horrible. I think we need to build a mortar. I think a mortar is well within our capabilities. Running out of mana a little bit. Not out of food though, that's nice. Up we go. Alright. Does that clear things out? Not quite. Now, the mortar I have in mind will be for when we want to attack things remotely, like if there's a mob spawner over there that's caused us no end of trouble, or there's a pirate ship that we just want to blow up in a single blow. Stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think I want to replace Rise. Rise is a nice spell. I was a little bit faster at switching. I could just try to shoot things while they're in the air. Could probably do something fun with snowmen or something. Or control skeletons. Have them just shoot at things. Well, that's interesting. That's an impressive amount of mobility there, baby skeleton. Alright, I'm gonna... What? Where did that come from? Oh, it looks like that one launched in the air after it died. Well, unfortunately, we're all out of time for today, and so we'll have to make that mortar of ours, and probably kill the Wither with it, next time. I look forward to it. I guess I'll see you all then.